All right, so I tested four different side hustles. I actually tested a lot more, but I just condensed it to four for this video. And the reality is, only one of them actually paid. So the reason why I'm making this is because if you're watching this, you've probably are thinking of trying these, or you may be in the process of trying one of these. And I just want to tell you what worked for me. So here are the four that I actually tried. I tried doing ecom, so like drop shipping. I tried selling stuff like on Instagram. I tried SMMA. I think everyone who's been trying to make money online for the past 5, 6 years has tried it, but I fucking tried it too. And yeah, I'll get into how that went in a second. And of course, I tried crypto and I tried forex. Lost money on both of those. But yeah, so let me break it down, right? Now, for a lot of you, you're probably planning to do like $10,000 a month. Maybe you're planning to do 15, 20, whatever the fucking case is, right? And I've kind of condensed these into, I guess, how long it might take you to actually earn your first 1K. And I'm talking about 1K in profit, right? So, ecom, I've put 6 to 12 months. And the reason behind that is when you're launching an ecom store, like when you're trying to do drop shipping, etc., what you'll find is, number one, it's going to take a lot more money than you think, right? Because sometimes people are like, oh, you can start ecom with like $100, $200. Unfortunately, it's not the case. If you want to run ads, if you want to do organic, then that shit will take you a very long time as well, because now you've got to learn all of these different things. And that's the main thing that people don't realize. Like all of these skills that we're looking at, like ecom, SMMA to be specific, you need so many skills to actually be able to become profitable. Like with ecom, you need to understand like what a good website is. You need to understand like CRO, like conversion rate optimization. You need to understand SEO. You need to understand what a good product is. You need to understand, okay, where is the best place for me to source these products where they're not complete shit. And then you need to think, okay, cool, how do I do it so my customers don't get their products in 6 fucking weeks time while also maintaining margin? Because if you want them to get the products quickly, then you need to pay for like premium shipping and all of these things. I could go on for days, right? Like I've done a lot with ecom, but with SMMA, okay, cool, I need to learn how to actually attract leads. Well, I need to learn how to fulfill on these things. And yeah, you can do arbitrage, but arbitrage doesn't necessarily make it easier, because now you need to learn how to manage a team. How do I actually hire a good person that can, fulfill these clients properly and actually get results? Because with ecom, if you don't do proper fulfillment, guess what happens? You're going to get chargebacks, people refunding, and it's a whole nightmare. You get your store shut down. With SMMA, we're dealing with like big contracts here, like $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, 3K a month, however much you're charging. If you can't fulfill, well, that's like a chargeback waiting to happen, and then you also ruin your reputation within the space. With crypto and forex, it's just fucking gambling. Like I've really thought that I learned how to do market analysis and all of these different things, but it really doesn't matter. You're just fucking gambling and hoping that, you make money. But with SMMA, it's a little bit shorter to hit your first 1K, because it can happen in 3 to 6 months. And I have kind of like blown these numbers out. Yeah, maybe you can do it sooner, but for you to actually, this is just to hit your first like 1K, for you to make money with these things consistently. And I'm not saying that you can't, like these models can work, but it's just going to take you so long. There's such a huge like learning curve, and there's so many things that you actually need to learn in order to be successful with these things. Now, let's talk about like the percentage of people that actually try these things and fail. 80 to 95% of people who do ecom don't even make shit and they fail. With SMMA, it's like 50-ish%, which I think I am being a little bit generous there. But the main thing that happens with SMMA, and what I've found from talking to a lot of people, is like they just churn out of the space. It's like they get into it, they're like, oh my god, this is so fun. They get the shiny object syndrome, and they're like, oh my god, this is going to be so great. And then they actually start doing it, and then they realize, oh my god, there's like a million different moving pieces, and they come across like the hard bits of it, right? Because at first it sounds very interesting and fun, and then before you know it, man, you have to just take a step back. So yeah, like there are people that make money with it. There are like you can make money with it, but the amount of people that churn out from it is a very, very large number. Crypto, 79% of people 70 to 90% of people fail. That number is probably even higher, to be fair. The only people that don't fail, and the reason why the percentage is a little bit lower, is if they just keep the money inside and they don't sell. But 9 times out of 10, what happens is you buy too late because you've been told by somebody, and then you're just hoping that it goes back up. But in reality, you're not necessarily making a consistent income. Don't get me wrong, if you've got shitloads of money and you just want to put it into like Bitcoin or something and just hold for a very long time, by all means. Forex, here's the interesting thing with Forex, man. Like, with all of these things that are coming out, like prop firms and shit like that, people don't even understand like what prop firm is. You're basically working with a company that's kind of betting on you failing, which is very interesting. So, and even if you want to trade with your own money, this everything that I'm saying, by the way, comes from personal experience. Like, I had a friend of mine, right, a couple of years ago, that literally lost everything to forex, like everything. And if I remember correctly, he lost like 50 grand within the space of a couple of hours. 50K within a couple of hours. And the reality is, man, like, people assume that forex is just something that you could jump on your laptop, okay, 1 2 hours a day, boom, I've made like $400 or $500, I can just go on with my day. I honestly wish maybe there's like 0.01% of people that can do it that way. But this video is specifically for those of you who are beginners and are looking for, a way to just start earning money, but also earning it consistently and not having to constantly worry about, oh my God, like, am I going to get paid next month? Or like, am I going to get paid today? Etc., etc. But yeah. So some of you probably have like 9 to 5s at the moment, right? And you probably make like $15 an hour, $20 an hour, etc. So I thought it'd be good to just kind of break down your real, hourly rate if you were to invest and invest your time, effort, money, and all of that stuff into these things. So with ecom, if you take all of the time that you're going to be, building the store, doing all of this, blah blah blah, and then also taking into account like your margins, probably looking at $5 to $10 an hour, right? SMMA $15 to $30 an hour, crypto and forex fucking negative. Don't even touch those. Like, if you're actually considering side hustles, and for some reason you really like ecom, or for some reason you really want to try SMMA, go for it. My advice is completely stay away from crypto or forex. Now, let's look at like the real kind of drawbacks of these things. Number one, with ecom, right? The amount that you'll be spending on ads, if you can't optimize properly, right? And all of these things is coming from an angle, once again, of you're a beginner, so you're probably not going to understand how to do it to the best it could possibly be. Your ad costs will eat your margins, okay? With SMMA, either you'll churn out or you'll have client churn because you're not delivering the best possible results, okay? Churn is fucking huge. Like, let me paint it to you like this. Let's say you started an SMMA and you ended up doing really well, okay? Like, you were doing good. You've got 5 clients that are paying you 2 grand a month. That's like 10K, right? Let's say you've got an okay margin on that. You're taking home like 6 grand or whatever the case might be. Bro, like, if you have 1 client that churns, 2 client that churns after like the first 2 months, because that's typically the range, or max, like most common is like 3 months, that's half your business gone. So like, you're constantly on this like treadmill of, okay, I need to keep bringing on new people, keep bringing on new people. And if your sales process is fucked up, if your lead generation is fucked up, everything that you've built, everything that you were so excited over, boom, like in a click of a finger, it's gone, right? With crypto, the market, like, nobody knows what the fuck's going to happen. With forex, man, if you're like, this is all from studies, by the way, if you're really good, like, people made like 1%. And it's just not really what you're looking to do. Like, don't get me wrong, if you had, let's say, £1 million or $1 million just sitting there, and you put that into an S&P 500 or whatever, and it returns you 6 to 8% a year, that's good. Like, that's okay. But you're probably at a stage in your life where maybe you've got a couple grand saved up. Maybe you have a little bit more, but even if you had like 50K saved up, what's like 6 to 8% of that? Like 3 grand a year, which probably isn't much. So let's like focus on the things that you can actually do, like in this current moment. Now, here's where like it gets interesting. Like I said, I've tried all of these different things, right? And then I came across closing, which was about, I think, 3.5 years ago now. And here's my experience. Within my first 30 to 60 days, right? I fucking like, it's crazy the amount of money that I was making. But like, let's compare it to all of these other things. Ecom, 6 to 12 months for you to start making money. SMMA, 3 to 6 months. Crypto and Forex, I'm not even going to fucking talk about. Ecom, 80 to 95% of people fucking fail. SMMA, 50% of people fail, either because they churn out themselves, they can't hack it anymore, or they keep having this client churn. Crypto, Forex, you already know. Hourly rates, $5 to $10 an hour, $15 to $30 an hour. And then you look at closing, $100 to $500 an hour. Because with closing, if you don't know, if you don't even know what remote closing is, it's basically where you are, think of it like being a middleman, right? For somebody that's trying to do something in the online space, like somebody that's buying an info product. If you're on YouTube, you already fucking know what courses are. If you don't, then I don't know what the hell you've been doing. But it's like you are the person that's actually selling that thing. And courses go from anywhere like £3,000 all the way up to 10, 20. There's like crazy tickets there, but you can sell services, all different types of things. And as a closer, you get to keep 10 to 20% of that deal. You don't worry about fulfillment. You don't worry about fucking anything, right? All you have to worry about is collecting the cash. And as long as you can do that, and you can do that consistently by learning one skill, right? Literally one skill, you'll be making a very, very good amount of money. Now, like, once again, negatives. Ads eat up your money, right? Kill your margin. You've got churn, market, and only 1% actually last, right? So let's break down closing a little bit more. Once again, $100 to $500 an hour. If you're actually working hard and doing well, and by no means is this easy, you can take home over $20,000 a month. Now, I know this sounds fucking crazy, but believe me when I tell you, it's a lot more crazy for you to be able to do that in ecom, like take that amount of money home. Because with ecom, let's say your margins are 15 to 20%, which is fairly average, right? You would need to be doing $100,000 or like $80,000, $90,000 in monthly revenue for you to take that cash home. Whereas with closing, you just fucking do it, because every deal that you sign, like every person that you bring on is already giving you like $3,000, right? Or like $5,000, $10,000. So even if you're closing like between 15 to 20 deals a month, you should be taking home at least $10,000 or £10,000 a month, right? So like the main kind of, I guess, moral of the story, or like the idea of the video itself, is that, look, don't fucking gamble your time away, your money away with these types of things. I don't want to talk shit on ecom or SMMA. It can work, but if you're a beginner, the best, like the highest leverage thing that you can do for yourself is literally learn sales, okay? Learn this fucking skill, get yourself hired, and you will be able to hit numbers that you never could have dreamt of, because that's exactly what happened to me. Everything I've said on this video is down to my personal experience, right? So, look, if you need help, like in terms of getting into sales, if you want to know more about it, go onto my YouTube channel. I have tons of videos related to sales. We also have a free community. I'll literally list it below. You can join if you want to. If you want to have like a personal chat with me, like get on a one-to-one call to see how I can support you, because this is basically what my company does. We help people go into high ticket sales. I'll have a link below where you can book directly with me. And yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I shall see you on the next one. Take care.